Wow. Looks like we're live. That's pretty awesome. Sweet. Can you hear me? I have no idea. That's pretty awesome, actually. Huh. That's in real life. Imagine that. One watching must be me. Well, that's funny. I can't see this window that it's on. That's really funny. Oops. There we go. That's cool. Pretty sweet. Okie dokie. Let me get this going. Can you hear me is the question. Do I need to move this around? I'm going to pull this stream up on my phone. I'm going to pull this. Can I leave this here? You know what, guys? I'm going to stop being so... I'm sorry. I'm blasting the audio. All right. How's that? It's good? Much better? Let me go ahead and pull this up on my phone and make sure that we don't look like crap. So to the one guy that's in here, go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me who you are, where you're from. I have no idea. All I know is that there's somebody watching. That's pretty cool. Oh, I'm on the camera. That's so stupid. My cold shoe mic mount. Much better. Oh, that's cool. Much better. That's wild. Guys, I'm watching myself. So I need to go ahead in here and it would appear that this window needs to zoom in. How do I zoom in myself? Scaling. I need to zoom in on that. Canvas, output, open preview. Never streamed before. Here we are. Who else is in this? Nobody. It's just me. That's awesome. Scale it. Hide transition, order, transform, edit, transform. I just want to zoom in on it. God dang it. Because I can make myself bigger. That's not the goal. I want you to be able to freaking see what I'm talking about. Yeet. I can go over there too. How about that? I can artificially stuff myself in the corner. So I can do this. Yeet. I can do that. Right there. I do this. I can then stuff myself in the corner right there. Boom. But I want you guys to see the shop. That's the exciting part. Ain't that something? That's the two bays right there. Ah! Lord love a duck. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. It's my first time. Properties. Video capture device. Transform. Edit transform. Position, rotation, size. Crop it. Crop it. Anyways, fine. Whatever. Okay, we're just going to move me over there. And then I'm going to show you this. Sarah's calling me. Yo. I'm currently outside setting up a live stream for 2 Wrenches. 2026 Vision Board. Well, I will, but give me like 10, 15 minutes. Okay, you can come watch the stream, bud. Live on YouTube right now. I'm going to. I didn't even know you got here. Your car's so quiet. It's not my fault. Uh-huh. Cool beans. All right, that's awesome. I'm the only one watching myself right now on my phone. It's kind of funny. Yep, I'm going to have to edit this later because this is all going to be horrible to rewatch. No, no worries. I haven't really started. Alrighty, cool beans. Alright, hop on the live. Be my viewer. Go blow up the comments. Oh, of course. Cool. Alright, Gabriel. Alright, so sweet. Alright. 2025 was a crazy year. It was honestly incredible. Oh, shoot. Restart. All right. 2025 was a crazy year. It was honestly incredible, and so much has changed. Inside of 2025, I believe, is the first year that I was fully employed. I was out of college. Stuff in my marriage just came back together. Things are doing well. And there's a lot of personal change, a lot of professional change. And then in January 1st, 2025, I decided that I wanted to start this auto shop. I had this hoist in here, and me and my cousin Nathan work on cars. And we're like, you know what? I mean, really, I was like, this is going to be a business. Nathan was like, I want to work on cars and make a little extra money. And I'm like, no, business. And so that's been goofy. But on board now, pretty good with that. So anyways, this is a little bit of a vision board, call it, but I don't have my poop in a group enough to make an actual vision board. So I figured I'd go live for the first time, whatever. Had to learn so much just to go live. You need software and all this crap to get the floating head. It's pretty wild. Anyways, figured I'd put out there what we did this year. It's December 31st at 9:40 p.m. 2025. We're going to go over what we did, year-end review here, and then we're going to talk about what 2026 is going to look like. So without further ado, let me pull myself back. Here you go. Look at that. Just a little floating head in the corner now. These are the year-end books. This is essentially a portion of our accounting that I have done all inside of Excel, which is a part of the 2026 vision. But let's talk about 2025. We basically use Wave. It's a basic accounting software. It's like QuickBooks, but it's online, and we have the free version, whatever, because we're poor. And then I use Excel to track everything. I've tracked every single customer name, every single car, what we did to that car, the parts cost, the labor for me, Nathan, the shop, the markup. We've tracked all of that for accounting reasons. I don't want to get audited and be in trouble because I didn't keep track of my first year well. We did just file our LLC, so that's pretty sweet. We're in the middle of getting approved as a state repair facility. I've started taking my state mechanics certification tests. Nathan's already a master mechanic, so it doesn't really matter. We're set in that regard. We're carrying insurance now. It's pretty awesome. Like, things are getting legit. And in our first year, okay, I have a day job. Nathan has a day job. I work out here like 7 days a week, whatever. I only get like 4 hours in the afternoon, almost 3 actually, to actually work on a car. And then Saturdays and Sundays as well. And then Nathan is out here 3 afternoons. And so between the two of us, we did $90,000 in total revenue, which is crazy. This number is not completely accurate because the customer just paid me $150 for a muffler, whatever. So that pushes us up, I don't know, what, $50 short of 90 grand. So that's pretty crazy. In our first year as a startup, we did no advertising. We have no paid anything, just simply word of mouth. in a good small town community, we were able to do 90,000 in revenue. The total distributable is this number that you're seeing here, and I should pan this out. Total distributable profit, a little bit of a lie, because in there is $50,484. That does not include things like rent or tools or other expenses. We have to pay for trash because we go through a ton of cardboard here. It's not actually distributable profit. I mean, I guess it is sort of, because we pay the shop and then we pay ourselves. So it is technically distributable profit, but it's not actually profit. It's not bottom line. That would kind of be like the second line in the P&L, so to speak. So that is 2025. Customer shows up to the shop. They're texting me, right? Got my personal phone number as the business phone number, whatever. They text me, they call me, whatever. They come, they drop their car off. They tell me what they need. We do an inspection, and then we go into O'Reilly's first call. So first they text me, then we do our inspection, we go into O'Reilly's first call. We get the parts that it needs. Then we go into Wave, we build the estimate. Then I go back to texting them on my phone and calling them, whatever, to get approval for the estimate. Then from there, we do the work, go back to first call, order the parts, and then at the end, we go into the Excel sheet to record everything that was done. So there's like 5 or 6 different jumps and steps between softwares, websites, or devices that we have to do from start to finish on a job. Ton of mess, ton of overhead work, like mental bandwidth is required to do the admin on this business. So just today, we got signed up with ShopMonkey. That's why I've got this up on the screen here, and they are pretty awesome, it appears. I sure hope so, because I signed up for the, I'm not doing annually, so it's gonna be $475 a month. But with that, we get everything. We get the 2-way text and email, reports, the workflow, parts lookup, Carfax integration, apps for the technicians. It does like everything. I mean, QuickBooks integration, time clocks, inventory, and then this is the big thing that sold me on them, diagrams and procedures. They're right in the middle right now of linking with AllData. So they already have Motor, and I don't think they listed it here, but they have Motor, and they also integrate with like Identifix and other things like that. But they are in the middle of a contract to put AllData integration into ShopMonkey, and that's really what pushed me over the edge. I was also looking at Shopware. They're like marginally cheaper. They're basically the same thing, but they don't have any diagrams and procedures in Shopware. And that for me was the tipping point, because AllData is $200 a seat or something like that, and Shopware was just like 50 or 80 bucks cheaper for the same plan or very similar plan. And it just saved me $100 or $150 a month to go with ShopMonkey. So if I hate it, well, I guess in a year I'll switch over to Shopware. It is what it is. You live and you learn. But from this point moving forward, anything is going to be a step up, like a significant step up from where we are at. So even if I made the wrong choice, we're still going to be significantly better off than what we were in 2025. Now let's talk about the facility. This is an awesome building. It is a 40 by 80 shop, except for you can see there's a wall right there at 45 feet into the building. So there is 35 feet on the other side that is undomesticated shop space. I'll say that. It's currently the party side. We've got signs and everything and cute lights in the ceiling, and it's pretty cool. But we started this January 1, 2025, and in that time, we put this hoist up. We got this BendPack 4-post hoist. We've wired in a plug for the welders. We've got toolboxes. We're in the middle of getting our oil heater hooked up, so you can see that big old unit right there is a 300,000 BTU waste oil heater. We've got about 200, maybe 225 gallons of waste oil to burn. So pretty stoked to get that waste oil heater going. And it's just a giant learning and growing process that it has been. We're in the middle of getting an estimate to get like a exhaust stack put in, because I'm trying to do it all legal. I'm trying to do it above the board because I want it to be insurable. Whatever, the government, taxes, insurance, it's a freaking crock of crap, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford, if this building burned down, I could not afford to continue doing business if I lost everything. So I have to have insurance. It is what it is. All right, 2026 facilities moving forward. Our goals inside of 2026 is to have an employee. That is my goal. So right now it's just me and Nathan, the two wrenches. That's the thing. Two of us were the two wrenches. I thought that was cute. You don't have to, but the shop goal for 2026 is to have an employee, to actually take another step in business, not just being busy and having a job, but building a business. Got to have employees. So what do we need to do that? Right now, this is just a 40 by 80 shop. There is a house on the property that my parents own, and frankly, it works out. If I need to go use the bathroom, I just go inside. But if I have an employee here, he can't be walking inside to my mom's bathroom. That can't happen. That's just not going to be sustainable. So we need to put a bathroom in the building. We have no running water in the building. There's running water just outside the building, so we'll tap into that, pull it in. But then we also need to connect the building to the septic system. There's only 3 people that live in the house. The septic system is sized for like 8 people. I think it was sized for a 4-bedroom and 2 or 3 bathrooms. It's significantly oversized for the people that live in the house. So what we're going to do is drop a tank between the building and the other system and just tie into the drain field. Everything's going to be copacetic. It's going to be just fine. With that being said, we need to get a bathroom in this building. So we need to get water in. We need to bring a water heater in. We need to run septic out of the building. So that's going to require the burial of a septic tank. That's going to require permitting. That's going to require materials. So to do that, I'm thinking, this is what the vision board is. We're going to do bathroom in shop. Okay, and that's going to take, I'm guessing, between the tank materials and everything, we have the excavator, so we can do all the permitting and everything. My family's business is excavation and stuff, so they're going to do the actual install for us. So it's all going to be above board. But I think we're going to be about $4,500 into materials and labor to get the tank and all the plumbing installed for the septic. On top of that, we're going to do the build out. I'm guessing I want to put in a shower and everything. Like some days you just get sprayed with crap. You need to shower before you get in your car and go home. It happens. I'm guessing we're going to be probably $2,500 or $3,000 into materials for that. So we're just going to go ahead and say, no, I'm going to say $2,500. By the time we do our fixtures, our toilet, our shower pan, all of our plumbing, our outlets, our studs, drywall, insulation, the exhaust fan, the heater, whatever, it's going to be $2,500. Then we got to get the running water in. I'm not even going to consider that a cost. The plumbing is already outside. PEX is cheap. Then we need more bays. Right now we got these 2 bays, and they're kind of awkwardly spaced, awkwardly sized. These are, I want to say 12 by 12 doors, and I think we have a 14-foot ceiling, if I recall. So 12 feet is a bit much for a bay with another 12 feet. Like, it's kind of like we could almost squeeze 3 hoists, like 1, 2, 3. I guess 1, 2, and 3 as you would see it. Because right now there's like 10 feet between these trucks. It's just not necessary. But the door layout's a little bit unoptimized for our shop. With that being said, on the 35-foot section, there is a 20 or 24-foot door on this wall and on this wall over there. We want to add another door. You can't see it because right there, okay? We want to add a door so that way we can have another bay there, and then we'll probably keep the big door, but that third door, you'll be able to pull into 2 more bays. And then we'll have a big flat bay for trucks and trailers and semis and stuff like that. So we're going to have to put a door. I mean, this is all the goal, right? I mean, you set big goals, you achieve big dreams, right? Or something like that. So we're going to have to put the door in. I'm anticipating that's going to cost something By the time we get the rough opening in, we put the beam across, and we do the door. We're doing all this work ourselves. I think we can do that for probably another $4,500. Probably we'll call it $5,000. Doors are expensive. The door itself is going to be the spendy part, plus the opener and whatnot. So now I got a door. We need 2 more hoists. We went down to PRI this year and met an awesome company. And I think we're going to end up working with them. So they might be working with us on that, building a little bit of relationship there, doing a little bit of the socials for them. That would be awesome. All that being said, I still think it's going to be like $7,000 or maybe $10,000 to get 2 more good hoists. I'm hoping closer to 7, but we're going to say hoists. The hard part with that is I'm a marketplace hustler. I paid $1,000 for this one, and I paid $1,200 for this 4-post. The 4-post is a bend pack. This one is I don't know, whatever, 10,000 pounds something. But we're gonna go ahead and just say 6,000 on the hoist. So we got the door, the hoist, the bathroom. Now I got to insulate the whole thing. We did not do any facilities work when we moved in. When we got here, the building was as it is. So the walls had steel on it. The ceiling had the insulation. I wouldn't have done the insulation like this, nor would I have done the walls like this. I'm grateful that they are the way they are. It's a huge privilege that I didn't have to do that work. But it's really subpar for growing inside of. This is just the hard styrofoam insulation. I think it's 1.5 inches, whatever. It's poorly done. The seams aren't taped on the top. It's not that great. So I'm thinking when we knock this wall down, 1, that's going to be all the materials to build out the walls and everything that we need for a small loft and for the bathroom. So that's going to be a big cost savings. But 2, we're going to take all of this styrofoam and we're going to insulate the walls and doors on that 35 by 40 foot section, because this is 40 by 45. And if you do the math with the pieces and the whatever, we've got enough insulation on this ceiling to insulate those walls. So insulating is free. That's awesome. Then we need to put up OSB sheeting on the ceiling and then do blown-in insulation over top of that. All of that, I have done the estimation work before, and I want to say that was like $6,000 because of all the sheeting. Sheeting is a little bit more expensive than I anticipated. So with insulation, I think that was $2,000. Sheeting was going to be $4,000. So the ceiling work, that's going to be another $6,000, I think. Let me go pull a tab off where you can't see it. And we'll confirm that real quick. Building renovations. I have a tab for it. Yeah. Oh no, I was a little bit off, guys. We're like $4,000. $4,000 for the ceiling. So that's the ceiling, door, hoist, bathroom. We're going to combine these, call this 7,000. Okay. Now we're going to need, what else? We got the bathroom. We got the door, 2 hoists, the ceiling. I've already purchased everything that we need to wire the entire building with 20 amp quad box outlets every, I want to say, every 10 feet. Gets its own circuit all the way around. And I've also already purchased everything for an air compressor. We've got a big 60-gallon air compressor that does like 18 CFM. That's over in the corner. That's that loft I was talking about. We're going to build it up here in the corner and get that thing off the floor, out of the way. And then we have that aluminum HDPE air plumbing stuff already. We're going to end up running that through the entire shop. I bought a 300-foot kit, so it's enough to go down the 80 feet and then make a couple, probably 3 legs out. We'll just buy another kit. That was from Vivor. It was $200. So that's really not a cost I'm even considering. So we've got air. What else? Air, hoist, electric. I've already got the wiring for the new hoist. I think that about sums it up. Someday we'll do something. Oh, lights. We need lights. These lights here, they are those like pod screw-in bulbs. They suck. I mean, it's good for what it is, but they suck. Like, they're super harsh. The camera has a really hard time with it. And honestly, they hurt your eyes. And that's not great because if you look out here, there's like 5 in a row. And if I'm just looking at the door and then if I'm just looking at the door and then I close my eyes, there's 5 dots because they're so harsh. Like, it's not ideal. I don't really feel like putting an employee in here with that. I don't think that's a great working condition. I aspire to be an incredible boss, and so if I am not thrilled about something personally, I am not going to subject an employee to that because I don't think that's fair. So, anyways, just off a rough calculation, that's $22,000 in raw cost that I have to incur, and I just realized I've effed up this stream because you guys couldn't see my numbers at all, but it is what it is. So. Yeah, so this entire time I was entering numbers over here, and you couldn't see that because I'm a doof. Anyways, so just in there, that's $22,000 in raw cost out of pocket. That's for the bathroom, the door, the hoist, the ceiling. I've already spent the money on the electrical and everything. I've already spent the money for the oil burner. I've already spent the money for the air. With that being said, that's still 22 grand out of pocket. That does not include an air conditioning machine. That doesn't include more tools, toys. You know, tools and toys are almost the same thing. My point being, that's a lot of money. Like, that is a lot of money. If you look here, our total distributable was $50,000. What's not shown is what me and Nathan got paid. If you take this, basically split that in half after you take the 12 off of it, that's what you get. I've put most of mine back into the business because that's my goal. That's what I want to do. You know, it's just my choice, and that's totally fine. There's no animosity exists there. There's not an opportunity for it. But anyways, if I look at what I made and what the shop profited, that pretty much is the $22,000. So if I put every single dime in it, if we do it the same year again, I have to sink every single dime into it. That just is the way it is. So, you know, it's a little bit hard to chew on, but at the same time, when I look at our revenue, from this last year, I'm going to see if I can pull this up without showing you absolutely everything. Because the car count, we did 103 cars, and our actual work was a steep, like, it kind of came up and then it ramped really hard in November and December. I don't know how that's going to translate into 2026 because what I don't know is what the car count's going to be. This is my first time back through it. I can't even consider data from January, February, July from last year because we're a startup. Like, things are so unstable as they are. The data from last year is not going to really do us anything. So let's go into Wave here, and I'll show you the graph. You'll see what I'm talking about. December has been our biggest month by far, and that's simply just because we had some huge jobs come in. So I can show you this. If I pull this in, boop. Now you can't see it still. Oh, because it's okay. That's tragedy. Guys, I'm crashing out. We're going to take a snippet of this. Boom. Okay. Take that. Come over here. No notifications. Oh, well, whatever. Frick me. It is what it is. Let me give this a retry. As I was saying, our car count and everything is a steep ramp. So January and everything is down over here. It doesn't really count for anything because we don't have good data for what like our clientele is going to do. We're in the Battle Creek, Michigan area, and our customers are awesome, but like we have a fairly limited pool. So it's not like I have set up the systems to continually bring in new customers. I kind of took a customer basis that I already had from another business and just applied it to Two Wrenches Auto, and then it's grown from there, but it's not like a big established reputation in town. I'm trying to still say words and be semi-entertaining while honestly putting 100% of my focus into getting the screenshot for you guys. All right, I copied the screenshot. Now I can toss this into the sheet so that you can see it. Hey, look at that. So this is the revenue graph from 2025. So you can see we didn't do anything really. I guess we didn't officially start in January. We officially started in March or something because that's when the data comes in to Wave. But this is what I was saying. Like in December, we just boomed. Like we didn't have a $10,000 month the entire year, and then in December we've done like 21 grand. And if I haven't cleaned up everything, but if I'd entered everything, it's closer to 22,000. I don't know what that's going to look like just based upon my phone not ringing in the last week. I don't anticipate January is going to be anything impressive. I'd expect that to come back down to that $5,000 or $10,000 a month revenue, which I don't love. I obviously want this business to explode, but frankly, I don't have any more hours in the day. So it is what it is. We're in the middle of developing our website. We're in the middle of converting over to ShopMonkey, like I just said, so we'll have a good workflow and good way to actually talk to the customer and really be able to provide a much higher customer experience. And that'll just help our reputation. It'll help our referrals. It'll just honestly make the business better. So it's going to hurt for a little bit to pay that $500 a month, but it is what it is. It's the cost of doing business. So anyways, I think that about wraps up the goals for 2026. We talked about having an employee. We talked about what it's going to take to get there. Yeah, I've already figured out our shop management software. We're signed up. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys about the burnout truck. We have a truck. I have a truck, and I'm trying to make it a burnout truck for the brand, for everything. We're trying to fund it like everyone else does. We're going to try to start selling sweatshirts and stuff. We have these really cool sweatshirts. It's called 2 Wrenches. Ta-da! Look at that. It's just our logo, and then it's our other logo, and I think they're pretty sick. We did the graphics all ourselves. Not in-house. I have a friend who does graphics, but like we did the graphics, and we came up with them, and Nathan's girlfriend actually drew this on a napkin or something very similar to this, and then like it turned into what it is now. So yeah, we're going to start trying to build it. We're trying to build a website and a brand and a social media side, and we're trying to build a business, and it's just a lot. It is what it is. So anyways, I'm going to stop rambling on. Appreciate you who watched. Maybe it's just for the future. Maybe this is just for me. Maybe no one sees this. I don't really care. I'm hoping that this is something that one day my kids look at and they look back at and they're like, wow, like you built something incredible, and like you really did start from like zero. I mean, this 2 years ago, we were working in a garage, and like this is all a blessing from the Lord, straight up. Like we were in a 24 by 24 garage just fixing cars. And then my parents decided they were done living in the city. They want to move back out into the country. Just so happened to buy a property with huge barns. And then like I made a deal with my dad to rent the space, and for like nothing really. And now we're building a business out of it. So it's something we prayed for. It's something that we've put a lot of hope and trust in, and it's been blessed. So very grateful for that. We'll see what the next year brings. And yeah, hopefully this live streaming is something that we can do more often. I've wanted to get into live streaming shop work. A lot of like YouTube is dying off, just like the long form and the short form is just getting awful. People are getting so saturated in disgenuine content. And I've wanted to start live streaming shop, like work. Like we work in the evenings, so why couldn't I just toss a camera on and just show you, walk you through the process of fixing this truck live? You'd see, there'd be no hiding, like good, bad, the frustrations, the struggles, you'd see all of it. And, you know, you could comment and say, you're so stupid, Royalty Auto would do so much better than you, and they probably would. Or you can be like, hey, that's cool, what a cool trick. I mean, it is what it is. So anyways, we're going to stop it there. And yeah, thanks for sticking around, tuning in. I will see you next week.